Hey everyone, welcome back to GenAI Crash Course. We have covered OpenAI, LangChain, vector databases, and now it's time for something even more powerful: retrieval augmented generation, or in short, we call it as RAG. RAG enhances AI by combining text generation with real time information retrieval. So it makes your AI smarter and more accurate as well. So in this video, we are going to break down how RAG works, its advantages, and how can you implement it in your own AI applications. So without any delay, let's get started. Again, I'll create a new code block here. Okay, so whatever we have learned so far, we are going to take all those things and put them together. So this includes whatever we learned in OpenAI, whatever we learned in LangChain, and in vector databases as well. So I'll take all these three, I'll put them together to create my RAG. So first, let's start by a very simple call to OpenAI, just to make sure that everything is working fine in terms of connection. Again, it's very simple code. I'm connecting to OpenAI with the help of my token, host, and model. And here I'm passing you are an AI assistant as system instructions. I can also ignore this part. And I'm asking it to tell me something about large language models. Within 8 seconds, I got all of this. Maximum tokens 156, so it stopped here itself. And yeah, it is working fine. So the connection is working. Now let's go ahead and use the re-ranking to get the most relevant content. So I'm importing everything from sentence transformers and ChromaDB. I'm connecting to, I'm creating the embedding and cross-encoded models, and I'm connecting to my knowledge base client, and I'm getting the collection, which is GenAI Crash Course collection, the one that we created in the last video. And this will give me the top 10 results. Here I've got one more function called retrieve relevant content, which I'm going to use to retrieve the content. Okay, I'm taking all of the documents, metadata, and the scores from top 10, which were fetched on the basis of similarity score, and I'll compute their cross encoder score. Then I'm going to change the order, which is re-ranking, and I'll take top 3. So from this top 3, I'm going to take all of the document, which is the chunk data. I'm going to combine all these paragraphs together to form one long paragraph, which is going to contain the answer of my query somewhere in between. Okay, so this time I'm going to ask this as the question: what is L and T doing for sustainability of environment? Let's run this one. Notice how I've given L, A, and D, and also the environment spelling is wrong. Okay, let's see what we got. At L&T, sustainability is embedded in the vision. So you got all of this context. It's quite long, to be honest. Come on. Yeah, it's quite long. So we can be completely sure that whatever answer we need is going to be present inside of this content. Now, let's use this to create the RAG application. So what we will do is I'll take the relevant content function, the retrieve relevant content function, and I'll add it to this flow. So whenever the user asks any question, I'll fetch the relevant content, and then I'll combine that with my user question. This combination, this combined text, the string, is going to be sent to LLM to get the final answer. So in this way, even if your LLM model does not know about L&T, or if it doesn't know who is the chairman of L&T and all, or what exactly L&T is doing for sustainability and all, it will still be able to answer it because you're giving it the context. So that is how you build a RAG application. And instead of fetching this data from ChromaDB, I can use LangChain tools. So I can fetch it from Wikipedia. If I know that my chatbot or my RAG application will need a lot of, if it is going to receive a lot of queries about real-time things that are going on, then based on that, I can use either YouTube or a Wikipedia tool or some other tool, Google search tool. There are so many different LangChain tools. I can use those tools. Or if I'm building a knowledge base about particular company, then I can go ahead and use ChromaDB as my knowledge base and retrieve the content from there. So depending upon the use case, where we are getting the content from changes, but essentially we are getting the content, combining that with the user input and sending the final thing to OpenAI. Now, it is very simple to do this, but when you're building a powerful AI application, it's better to add one extra step which enhances the prompt. So, whatever question the user is asking, if you can enhance that question, then it's very likely that the answer that you're going to get will be much more user satisfactory. Let's see how we can do that. I'm going to make use of one more LLM calling to enhance the prompt. So here you can see I've got enhance prompt as a function. It will take a query and it will use llm client.chat.completion. By the way, the reason why I'm using llm client llm underscore as the prefix here is because my ChromaDB is also using client. My OpenAI should essentially use client, but in order to avoid confusion, I'm using llm underscore client. Okay, so in the enhanced prompt, I'm just asking it, you are an AI assistant for L&T group. So in the prompt itself, I've mentioned that this is an AI assistant for L&T group, nothing else, not a in general AI assistant. And your task is to refine user queries for better information retrieval, make the query clear, more specific. Basically, I've written a long prompt asking it to enhance the prompt. And in the content, I'm just saying enhance this query for better retrieval. So you can play around with this prompt. You can write it in as much detail as you need, or you can follow the prompt engineering, which we are going to discuss in a bit, about how you can write proper prompts to get more accurate results. Okay, so this will give me the enhanced prompt, and whenever the user asks any question, I'll take the question, I'll enhance the prompt, I'll take that, and I'll retrieve relevant content from my ChromaDB. I'll take that content along with the user question, I'll combine them, I'll send it to OpenAI or any LLM for that matter. And here I'm saying you're an AI assistant, answer the question using the given context. Of course, if you're good at prompt engineering, which you will be by the end of this course, hopefully, this can be improved. So we will send the content and the query to LLM model, and we can expect a very accurate answer. To test it, I'm just going to ask a question called, who is your chairman? Here I'm not mentioning anything about L&T, but in the enhancer, in the prompt enhancer, it is going to take care of that part. It will enhance the query so that it will add this L&T group into the actual query. Let's see what is going to happen when I run this. Here you can see, according to the given context, the chairman emeritus of Larsen and Turbo is Mr. A.M. Naik, who the current chairman is. So you can see it's not quite accurate or user friendly at the moment. To make it more user friendly, you can say, do not let the user know anything about the technical aspects or the content retrieval aspect, or assume that the given content is up to date and latest information. You can add all these different guidelines into your prompt to enhance it and get much more accurate results. But this is essentially how you can build a very powerful. If you're learning something new, hit that like button and drop a comment below. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss the final video on prompt engineering. Thank you so much for watching.